Oh my goodness. So I just wanted to come on here real fast, talk about the Eagles pick in the second round. Um, man, look, I wasn't able to like really put my full reaction in because I had my 10-year-old daughter sitting next to me, but this absolutely makes no fucking sense in the world to me. Uh, I can't. I always try to be optimistic. Especially when it comes to drafting. You're drafting college kids who haven't played in the NFL ever. Uh, so you really, I mean, it's hard to tell what kind of player they're going to be. Like yesterday, I got really mad about the Jalen Rager thing because I wanted Jefferson, and you know how silly that was. But this, I can't. There's going to be no apologizing for my reaction to this pick, like there was the Jalen Rager pick. Um, in the second round, first off, you have Denzel Mims somehow slid all the way down to pick 53, where the Eagles were sitting. Uh, I mean, I'm thinking in my brain, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx it. I'm thinking, can you imagine? You got Denzel Mims and now Jalen Rager for Carson Wentz would be awesome. But you know what? They don't do that. And then I'm thinking, well, if they don't get him, maybe they'll get one of these stud linebackers that are still on the board. Maybe they'll get one of these awesome cornerbacks that are still on the board. They don't do that. They get a quarterback. A quarterback in the second round when you just paid your franchise quarterback last year. I don't understand it. You know what you have to do? Look at what Denver's doing around Drew Lock. Okay? They get KJ Hamler. They get Jerry Jeudy. They've already got Courtland Sutton. They signed they signed a running back, Melvin Gordon, right? They signed Melvin Gordon. They are filling their team with guys for their quarterback. Same thing with Arizona, going out and getting DeAndre Hopkins. It's just absolutely insane to me that the Philadelphia Eagles continue to cut their nose off to spite their face. It is insane to me. And what's going on, everybody? Iron Force Gaming, what's up? Howie does need to get drug tested, I believe that. Philly Hype Fam says we could have got Mims or a linebacker. I mean, I agree. It's just, I don't understand it. I can't comprehend what would make them, want to do this. And I was watching them. They were just on with the press. First off, my thing is the third round's still going on. What are you doing talking to the press right now? And you should be seeing if you might want to move up in the third round because you don't pick until 103. Apparently, they're not worried about that. It's just insane. It is just absolutely ridiculous. Howie looked so stupid answering these questions. And then you have Doug Peterson in his office. He looked more pissed off than I look right now. So it just doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Howie's reasoning is, well, we want to have a good group we want to have a good quarterback room. Do you not understand that you have this offense is still slow, even with Jalen Rager. First off, Alshon's probably not going to be here, okay? Who knows when he's going to be healthy? He doesn't want to be here. That's a situation. Deshaun Jackson coming off an injury at 32 years old. This is most likely his last year in Philadelphia. Your other wide receiver is a guy that stayed on the practice squad for years and the AAF, and he was your best guy. And then you got Jalen Rager. So what else do you do? Because all the really good wide receivers pretty much off the board at this point. And you know what Joe Douglas did? Our the guy that used to draft our players? Yeah, he picked up Denzel Mims for Andy. I was about to say Andy Dalton. For his quarterback. It's unreal. OBJ, could they trade for OBJ? I maybe. You're right. Maybe they could. I mean, at this point, there's got to be some method to this madness, right? I mean, this just doesn't make sense to me. And nothing against Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to be a great player. I thought Pittsburgh would have took him because after Mason Rudolph obviously isn't the answer in Pittsburgh. It's crazy. I don't understand it. I mean, to that logic, if you think back to 2018, they traded pick 32 to the Ravens so the Ravens could get Lamar Jackson. So if Howie had this thinking, then wouldn't you have drafted Lamar Jackson in the second round to sit behind Carson or to do whatever the hell they're saying they're going to do with Jalen Hurts? So we have 6 more picks left. We have 6 more picks. Our next pick isn't until 103. uh, Stephen Joyce, they're going to use him like Tyson Hill. Probably, but Tyson Hill was an undrafted quarterback. And let me get nothing against Taysom Hill. I'm sorry, Taysom Hill. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. Jalen Hurts isn't just a gadget guy like Taysom Hill is. Jalen Hurts look at this year. I mean, there's teams that he could probably start for. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. I think we look back on this. It's like, what is he doing? And then during the press conferences, they're showing Andy Weidel sitting there in the middle. He looks like a deer in headlights. It just doesn't. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Is it COVID-19? Is it what is it that is this is just insane. And I said in my reaction video, like, I don't know what they're gonna do because Howie Roseman likes to try to outsmart people. This is just insane. I mean, and again, I'm looking at the in the second round, like Jalen Hurts probably would have went in the third. I don't understand it. Brian Moser, I hate it. I hate it too. And it's crazy to me. Like, if the Eagles were just coming off a Super Bowl or they had a lot of talent and there wasn't a big need, then I'd be okay with this. Like 2018, right? But there's so many needs here. You still need a second corner because Sidney Jones, you don't know what Sidney Jones you're going to get. Avonte Maddox is a slot corner, I think, and will always be a slot corner. You have nothing. Roby Coleman, same thing. I mean, you don't know how many more years you got Darius Slay here for. I think it's 3, but it'll probably be 2. So you need a corner. There was corners available. Christian Fulton was available. You need a linebacker because our linebackers are horrible. Let's be honest, they suck. You had 3 or 4 linebackers on the board they could have picked, and they didn't. Buster says they're trying to put together some type of deal to trade Alshon. So here's my thing: Alshon is hurt. It's going to be very hard to trade him for anything. I mean, he might not be ready till November. Maniac Matt says we can't rely on DJ to stay healthy, so go get Mims. What the fuck are we doing? I'm tired of this shit. It shows me they don't feel comfortable with Carson. Yeah, I agree. The only fan base here that could feel worse than us is Green Bay, because Green Bay, they took a quarterback in the first round. But yeah, obviously they must not feel comfortable with Carson. I don't put anything past them at this point. I wouldn't be shocked to see a Carson Wentz trade at some. I mean, I really wouldn't. It doesn't make sense to me, man. Like, surround your franchise quarterback with weapons. Why does every other team seem to figure that out? Even the stinking Dallas Cowboys, who Dak Prescott, who I don't think is a great quarterback anyway, they put guys around to him. It's insane. It really is. I mean, this is nobody can understand this or figure this out right now. It's just nuts. It's insane. I mean, it's crazy. Philly person, this is horrible. Maybe a trade thing. I guess. I mean, I can't. I've saw people saying, well, maybe they're going to trade Jalen Hurts to Jacksonville and a deal for Yannick. Well, if they were going to do that, they just would have traded the pick, and the Jaguars could have just picked them themselves. It's mind blowing. It is absolutely mind blowing. With every guy that was still on the board, it's crazy to me. You had a first round talent still there. You really did. I'm telling you, and I didn't want to say, like, my daughter kept asking me, like, who do you want? And I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx it. But I wanted Denzel Mims, wide receiver out of Baylor. The Jets get him. He's going to blow up this year. I promise you, he's going to blow up this year. I'm frustrated. It's the only silver lining, I guess, in this whole thing, if there is one, is the fact that Jalen Hurts is a good football player. He's a good football player. So if, knock on wood, Carson goes out again or something happens, you got a good football player to come in there, but at the same time, he's a rookie. I wasn't happy with yesterday's pick, but this takes a cake, bro. Honestly, all bullshit aside, when I say this, Howie has to go. We can't draft for shit. Maniac Matt, I agree. I wasn't originally happy. Look, I slept on the Jalen Reagor pick. I watched a little bit more of his stuff, and I thought about the fact that now we have a vertical threat, which we haven't had forever. And I said, you know what? And the fact that he was going to go to Minnesota, Minnesota was going to draft him if we didn't. I said, you know what? This is probably not a bad thing. And then coming into today, I'm thinking they might get KJ Hamler. Maybe Denzel Mims might still be on the board. They're going to add something else. They're going to put guys around Carson. Nothing. It's just nuts. Yeah, but the thing is, Philly person, like, Howie's not going anywhere because of the Super Bowl win in 2017. You got executive of the year that year. Really, I mean, this. If I'm Doug Peterson, I'm pissed off because he's going to go before Howie goes. You know, again. Oh, great point, Matt. Great point. Hurts is great, but if he comes in, you got no weapons around him now. You're right. What are you gonna? I mean, what are they gonna do? They still need an offensive lineman. They still need cornerback help. They still need a linebacker, and they still need another wide receiver. I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, my draft hat should be in the mail tomorrow. I'm ready to just toss that thing in the trash at this point. Ammo needed, LOL. Listen, Hurts and Wentz. Man, yeah. Again, in like Madden, this would be cool, right? Because I love Carson Wentz. He's probably my favorite player in the Eagles right now. And I think Jalen Hurts he could end up being the best quarterback out of the whole bunch. But, again, like Matt said, who does Jalen Hurts have to throw to if he has to come in? Dean Smith just commented on one of my videos how he needs to go back in the basement. Maybe for a year he does. What's up, Showstopper? What do you think we go? Where do you think we go in the third? So, I only got 7 minutes left here, guys, because I'm a first responder, and I have to actually work tonight. But I have no idea, Showstopper. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what what are they gonna do? Who knows? Maybe they'll pick another quarterback. I mean, at this point, I have no idea. I would have been okay. It would have been shocking for him to get a running back at second round. I would have been okay with that because there's a need there too. The last thing that they needed, the absolute last thing that they needed, was a backup quarterback. That was the last thing that they needed. Really, if you think about it, of all the positions on the Eagles, what is the last thing that they needed was a backup. They already re-signed Nate Sudfeld for a year. I mean, they didn't need, that was the last thing. Even tight end, they could draft a third tight end. Randy Moss's kid is out there still, I think. I mean, that was the last thing, and they did it. And I don't know why, and I don't understand it. Are you sticking it to Jerry Jones because maybe the Cowboys were going to try to get him since who knows what the hell is going to happen with Dak? Was that what you were doing? Or the Patriots? Because obviously the Patriots are probably going to take him if I had to bet. I just don't know. And Philly, you say, I wonder what Carson's true reaction is. Can't be good. I mean, it can't be. You know, he had to play with those backups last year. He had to play. I mean, I'm sure he's happy about Jalen Reagor. Because like I said, he's going to blow the top off of a defense. But you get absolutely no help. And Jim Schwartz, who apparently he's got a lot of pull in the organization. How do you feel if you're him? Because, again, his linebacking core is just ridiculous. I think Nate Gary, I saw something where like he was like one of the top rated linebackers in missed tackles. Aiden Burrell, what's up? You say you wish Howie didn't exist. This year I wish he didn't exist. I mean, 2017 he was pretty much dead on with everything. Even though, I mean, you think about Derek Barnett. After that year, he really hasn't done anything. He was a first round pick, and then you got the Sidney Jones. What is Sidney Jones? So that really wasn't a great draft either, but. Brian Moser, stay safe tonight. Thank you, dude. After tonight, I have a couple days off, so I took last night off for the draft. And man, I should have took tonight off too because this has been emotionally draining. You know, like just it's. I saw EDP did a video about how he regrets being an Eagles fan because it's so tough. Like and it's true. It's just gut punch after gut punch. You know what I mean? Like I thought for sure. They were going to get a good player. That's why, you know, you saw my daughter was sitting here. Like, I figured, okay, this is going to be a good moment, right? This is going to be a great moment. You know, the Eagles are going to get a guy that's going to start. And then they pick Jalen Hurts. I mean, It was insane. I didn't completely freak out because not just because I had a 10-year-old sit next to me, but like again, like it's an intriguing pick. It's a stupid pick, but it's intriguing because of who Jalen Hurts is. So Matt says, I hope Carson isn't more banged up than we all think. I have heartburn now. This fucked my day up. Thanks for the vids, bro. It does help. I like the Browns just traded with the Saints. Hey, man, I think we're all hurting right now. I think our anxiety is all up there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if it's that Carson's more banged up. I'm now wondering how they reacted to him taking himself out of the game last year. Because in that playoff game, after that horrible hit from Jadeveon Clowney, it was Carson that was like, "Yo, I'm messed up. I gotta be seen." And I'm wondering if they maybe thought, they'll never say this and you'll never find out with CTE and everything. But maybe they deep down they felt, man, he could have toughed that out or something. I mean, I don't know. But again, I go back to I believe what Matt said. You go and you look at what is he going to have to throw to if he has to come in. That's the big thing right there. There's nobody for him to throw to. And bro, at least we get Jamar Chase. Who do you think we're going to go for next? I have no idea. They really need. Wow, Zach Bond went this late. The Saints just picked Zach Bond at 74. That is a steal. I have no idea who they're going to go for next. I really don't. I'm saying they're. It depends. I haven't been paying attention because to the draft because I've been here, and there's another trade about to happen. The Colts trade their pick to the Lions. Okay, so teams are making moves. Not the Eagles, of course, but teams are making moves. I'm guessing they got to go corner, right? They've got to, or linebacker. Depend on what the best available is. Wide receiver, I'm not sure what's still available at wide receiver. But, I mean, these upcoming, they've got 4. I'm surprised they didn't try to trade back into the second round because they got fourth round picks and they got the third round pick. Aiden Burrell, Jamar Chase is the new version of Randy Moss. Well, if that's the case and he's still around at 103, I would love to have a guy like that because Matt says we could have got a vet QB before the season and got Mims. Absolutely. Say what you will about Josh McCown. And watching the All for Nothing on Amazon, he was like a coach in there. That helped out a lot. We need to replace Jason Peters. Why they didn't sign him back, but yes, we do need a linebacker corner. Yeah, they do. They definitely do because I've heard a lot of bad stuff about Andre Dillard and the Eagles trying to shop him around. So we do need somebody. We need some depth on the offensive line. I think they could probably go 4th, 5th round with that, but this offense needs weapons. To me, that's number one. Philly person, honest take. Why do you think we did this? Honestly, transparently, I think there's doubts with Carson Wentz. That's what I think. There's something happened to where which is crazy because of the way Carson played at the end of this year. I thought was his best stuff. I mean, 2017 was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but he played. He got these practice squad dudes to play good, and even though it was against bad teams, except for Dallas, because I don't think Dallas was. They had talent. They got to the playoffs. I just feel like there's some kind of his health. Maybe they're concerned that he's one of these guys that's always going to be injured. How awkward do you think that QB room would be now? Carson could feel like, yeah, it's gonna. And again in 2018 when Carson came in. And again, I know he was still injured, but you could tell he was worried about looking over his shoulder. My dad's in here now. What's up, man? It's a Jalen thing. 2 picks named Jalen. Yeah, is there anybody left named Jalen? Because they might just take him. And they got Jalen Mills, too. So look, I mean, I want to say, like, it's do or die for Carson now, right? Like, rather this lights a fire under your ass or you look under your shoulder. Like, look over your shoulder. What kind of person are you? If I'm Carson Wentz, I'm using this as like a chip on my shoulder. I can guarantee you right now that there are players on that team that are wondering the same thing we're wondering. Yo, what are... So I guess they don't like Carson. Some guys are going to go with the organization on this, and there are other guys like maybe Deshaun Jackson that are probably on the phone with Carson right now going, yo, this is your team. You show this organization what you're made of this year. How, you know what I mean? Like, that's... And Carson, I don't know if does he have that killer instinct? I mean, we'll see. The dude's a hunter. Bring that onto the field. So, it's just annoying. It's just annoying. I gotta agree. It's just really annoying. So look, guys, I'm probably gonna be at work or on the road when they pick third. So I mean, I might do a video on my reaction to whoever they pick in the third round when I get off in the morning. But I just came on to ask if you talked about this yet, but are you against the hate that's going on towards Rager? So I was part of it yesterday. I was part of the hate. I flipped. I'm on the Rager train right now. But, and I'll answer this question before I got to jump off. So I think that people were like me, and they kind of, like Justin Jefferson was sitting there, and I just been talked into Justin Jefferson, heard the name Justin Jefferson. So all that hate when they didn't pick him went to Jalen Reagor because they didn't get Justin Jefferson. But when you look at Jalen Reagor, he's more of what this team needs than a Justin Jefferson. He's fast. He can play on the outside. There's no question about that. Even though I believe Jefferson can play on the outside, there's still a little question because he played 99% of his snaps at slot. So I think that as the offseason, first off, Jalen Reagor's got to be the happiest guy right now because there's no hate for that pick when you look at who they just picked, Jalen Hurts. But I think that'll turn around because, and especially listening to some of the interviews that Reagor did today, he's definitely got that moxie and that attitude that we love here in Philly. So I think the hate will go away, and I definitely don't. I think he's getting a bad rap with it. Are you getting a jersey? A Hurts jersey? No, I'm not going to be getting a Jalen Hurts jersey. Thanks for your service, no problem. Do you think the Birds got trust with what? No, I don't. I don't. Well, you know what? We'll see what they do in the third round because if they don't go wide receiver, then maybe they think Whiteside's going to be okay and that the coaching was just the problem. Maybe. You know, you got Aaron Moorhead there now, so maybe, you know, and dude, if Whiteside does show a little something, man, we might not be in that bad of shape. All right, y'all. I would really love to stay on here and speak with everybody. Thanks for joining the live stream. I got to get off here because I've got to get out of this Eagles jersey and into uniform. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, man, hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hopefully, the rest of the draft is better than this round, but at least we got something to talk about for a little while. Thanks, y'all. Easy.